Have you ever been to therapy? If you have, good for you. I hope so. I am a big advocate for therapy just for the aspect of self reflection, learning about yourself, how you interact with the world, how you interact with others is so empowering. And it's really what you need to know for self love, for self acceptance, and having the self confidence you need in this life to get what you want. Well, getting what you want, how is that coming along? What do you do if you need a little push? What do you need to actually change your behaviors to finally let go of anxiety, to relieve stress, to feel better in your body, to feel better about yourself in your mind, in your emotions, in your whole body? What do you need to move forward in life? Because life doesn't come with instructions. If you've ever wondered these questions, then today's video is for you, because today we're talking about life's instructions and what to do to finally let go of that stress, anxiety, and depression and have the confidence to love yourself and love your life. I'm Rena, your confidence coach, and today we're talking about having the life you love and being able to get there. What do you need to be able to get there? So I was talking about therapy because therapy is great. It is good for your soul, but sometimes you need a little more. People tell me they don't need a life coach because they've already been to therapy. Or how do these two interact was a question that I just recently got last week. How does it compare to therapy? So I've been thinking about it. What do you do if you need a little more to actually get inside of yourself and make yourself change? Because the good news is we can. However, talking, which is something I love to do and really enjoy talking about issues and talking to my friends, families, coworkers about my issues. See, talking about it only reinforces the neural pathways that are already built in our mind to keep us going in the same path we've been on our whole lives. So if we want to go on a different path, we need to try a different thing. Because if we keep talking about it in the same way to the same people, it's just going to validate and reinforce the same behaviors, which makes us feel good at the moment, but doesn't create lasting change. It doesn't get to the source or the root of the problem. It's important to know the symptoms, like going to the doctor. First thing they need to know are the symptoms. How are you feeling today? What's happening in your body? Check your vitals. All of that is extremely important. But now we got to get to the root cause. Now, if you go to the doctor with chest pains, you have a problem with your heart and your arteries, but they notice a little paper cut on your finger and they give you a Band-Aid. Here's a paper cut, Band-Aid. Doesn't that feel better? You're going to be like, what kind of doctor's appointment was this? I need to address the real issue. This is what we do all the time in our life. We just put Band-Aids on everything. We get distracted by the little things. We get coping mechanisms. We get little tips and tricks to make us feel better for a minute. Do you remember when you were a child or children around you, when they have a boo-boo and you put a Band-Aid on it? Immediate relief. Immediate. Oh, all better now. This is what happens. Like a little Band-Aid. Oh my gosh, that meditation was amazing. I feel great right now. But what happens when you still have the hole in your heart? What happens when you still continue to do the thing that's driving you crazy and that brings your self-esteem down? You feel bad about yourself. You get depressed. Why can't I really change? What's wrong with me? Am I broken? You go back to the doctor. Am I broken? The doctor says, no, of course not. You're fine. This is all completely normal. But I don't feel right. So then what do you do? Then what do you do? Life doesn't come with instructions. You just bumble around hoping you find the right solution. But you can reach out for help. There are people that can help you. Even though there is no instruction guide, there is no app, there's no YouTube video for life for everyone. There's a million different options for a million different people. But you can get a tour guide. Wouldn't you like a tour guide to give you options on which way to go? You see, life is like a journey. I always think of life as a journey. And if you want to get somewhere, do you just get in your car and drive around hoping that you arrive there? Would you do that? What would happen if you did? So I really want to go to Iceland and I want to see the Northern Lights. So this is my goal. And so I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to pack my supplies. I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to drive around and eventually I just know it's out there and I'm going to find it. Am I ever going to get to Iceland? Am I ever going to get to see the Northern Lights? No, not by myself. No, I have to plan. I have to figure this out. Because not only will I never get there if I don't know how to get there and I don't know where I'm going, but also it's an island. So driving will never get me there. So this is how we set ourselves up for failure. Then we feel bad about ourselves when it's not our fault. We're never going to find it, just driving around hoping to find it. But what if you could have a tour guide? What if you could turn on the GPS or have a passenger co-pilot next to you advising you on what to do next? So you could plan, you could book the hotel, you can get airplane tickets, you can plan the excursion to hike out in the night to see the Northern Lights. Then for sure you will be able to see them. By you, I mean me. Whatever your goal is, don't just get in your car and start driving around hoping you find it. Because you never know what you're going to find. What if my goal is to get my ultimate dream car and I'm going to go down to the luxury car lot? I know there's one out there in my town somewhere. And I'm going to find it and I'm going to buy this car. So I get in my car and I drive around. And I drive around all day and I never find the luxury car lot. There actually isn't one in my town, but there is a used car lot down on the corner. So I just go there instead because that's the only thing around. And I end up with a used car. This is actually real life too. I always end up with a used car because I don't have a plan to get a luxury car. But if I did, I could make a plan, follow the plan, get in the car, knowing where I want to go, have the GPS or have a coach to tell me how to get there so that I could get there and I could buy the luxury car. So even though awareness, support are very important, they're not going to get us where we want to go. The only way to change the way we drive our lives is to change our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind literally drives 95% of our lives, makes all the decisions for us on autopilot. Think about when you're driving and you just all of a sudden realize that you've driven many, many miles without even realizing what you're doing. Think about the time you want to make a stop at the store on the way home and you're driving home and you drive right past the store and you drive all the way home and you think, oh my gosh, I forgot to stop at the store, because your brain was driving you home on autopilot, just like it drives your life. And that is to keep you safe, to tell you the way to go, the way you always go, the safe way. You see, your subconscious mind will pick the old way every time. It will never pick the new way, even if you tell it to. It will always choose the old way when it's in charge. So how do you switch? How do you switch that around to the conscious mind? All you have to do is show the other paths. Show the other paths to go. Say, today I don't want to drive this way. We're going to drive the other way. You see, all of your neural pathways were laid down from the time you were a baby until you were 6 or 7, maybe 8 years old. And they were laid down solid as your foundation for how to act in this world, how to behave, what's expected of you. And that level was set, and that's like a standard that was set. And your subconscious mind does not like to break that standard. Anything up too high, it will bring it back down. Anything too low, we'll try to bring it back up as best as we can in our subconscious mind. And those neural pathways are so solid that every bit of information goes across it until it becomes well worn. And it always continues on the well worn path. We'll never go down the new path unless you tell it to, even though you really want to go on that new path. I want to go this way. I want to get off the highway. I want to get off this hamster wheel of life. I want to take a minute. I want to stop and smell the flowers. I want to walk in the woods. Over here. Over here. Your subconscious mind won't do it because that's not what it was programmed to do. It was programmed before you had any control. But when you were just a baby, when you were just a small child, you had no control of your environment or anything at all. So now that you have control, and you're telling it to go down this path, it doesn't want to. And you think, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Am I broken? You go to therapy. What is wrong with me? You feel bad about yourself. Your self-esteem goes down. I'm here to raise your self-esteem and tell you that it's not your fault. It's just your brain. Your brain was programmed to keep you safe, to keep you going down the same path all the time, because that's what it does. And that's how it keeps you safe. Thank you, brain, for keeping me safe all these years, but I want to do something else now. So now I got to get into my subconscious mind. And this is what I do. This is how I can help you. This is how I can be your tour guide. Because your subconscious mind continues to go down the same pathway, which can be any limit that was set. What we can do is raise the limit, raise the standard to what you want. And if you try to jump too high, then sometimes it backfires and you end up back down here again. You feel bad about yourself. So we slowly raise the standard. Tell your subconscious that it's okay each time. We reset your reticular activating system. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This is what a tour guide can do for you in your life to help you get where you want to go and not be stuck in the past. Because you know what keeps us safe keeps us stuck and not growing and not progressing and not doing the things we want to do. So if you're doing okay, you're just surviving, but you still have that hole in your heart and you still feel like something's missing, it's not your fault. Nothing's wrong with you. You just got to fix your subconscious mind. Well, not fix. Wrong word. We got to change your subconscious mind, bring it to the level where you want it to be. And it's not hard at all. We do it with love, the love process. We align your subconscious and your conscious mind so they can get to a higher standard. Now, some people's subconscious was programmed to a different rate than yours, so they're able to just get the thing that they want, and they can go out in their car, randomly drive around and find the luxury car dealership. I never find it. Why can't I be like them? I get stuck comparing myself. Again, feeling bad about myself. It's not my fault. This is how my brain was programmed. This is the standard of living I was raised with. So if I want to raise that standard, I got to change my programming in your brain, in my brain. So your intention is controlled by your conscious mind. That's the part that wants to change. Now, if your subconscious mind is 95% of your life, that means that your conscious mind is only 5%. So even though you're trying really hard with that 5%, it's totally outweighed by the 95%. You might need a little help. You might want a tour guide. So even though life doesn't come with instructions, it does come with a life coach. So you don't have to fight the lifelong battle against yourself and feel like you wake up every day fighting. This is why willpower is sometimes not enough. This is why positive thinking is sometimes not enough. This is why therapy is sometimes not enough. But there is something we could do. That's the good news. If you work with me or you work with a life coach, we can help change your programming. That's all you have to do, is just change the programming in your brain so that you can raise the standard and achieve the goal that you want to achieve. Now, you may be able to get there yourself, but you'll be fighting this battle inside yourself constantly. You have everything you need all around you. You have everything you need within you. You have the tools. Let's activate your GPS and make it much easier by activating your conscious mind over your subconscious so that you can follow that GPS and get to that goal. So you can finally get to that point in your life when you can say, I love my life. I love being me. It's the most empowering that you could possibly feel. And this is what I do. I love helping people to let go of their anxiety, years of stress, the relief they feel to be able to live their life with love, and to finally express what they truly want and not be afraid. To finally let go of the fear and the doubt that's been holding them back, actually surprise themselves with the life that they can live. I remember when I was driving home from work one day, and I was just driving along. Nothing special had happened that day, but here I am driving the most beautiful highway in the United States, 101 freeway, with the Pacific Ocean on my left, with beautiful, windy, rocky cliffs, mountains on my right, blue sky ahead. And I just said out loud, for no reason at all, I love my life. I love being me. And I felt it, and I felt the fire. I just looked around at this beautiful life, at this beautiful world. And I said, I love it. I wake up every day. I love life. And I want the same for you. So I'm leaving my application in the comments. Fill it out. First session is always free. See if we're a good fit together. See if I can help you get to the point where you say, I love my life. I love being me. It's not hard. We can do it together. Get your subconscious and conscious mind on the same level, and you can do it too. All right. Hope that was helpful for you today. Stay tuned, like and subscribe for more tips, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.